Good morning, everyone. I'll just give people another minute to join, and then we'll get started. Thanks. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Maximize Free Sales Tools in HubSpot. Today will mostly be an in-product demonstration with practical tips for activation and success. I'm Patrick Hayes, Customer Success Manager here at HubSpot, and the goal of today's webinar is to give actionable recommendations to each individual on this call today to save you time, be more efficient, and close more deals. So let's start by just going over some housekeeping items for today's webinar. So housekeeping. So on this Zoom webinar, I just want to make you aware of a few things. All attendees are automatically muted by default, but you can ask questions using the Q&A box, and I'll get to them at the end of the presentation. The runtime today is approximately 30 minutes, and this is being recorded and will be emailed to you afterwards along with the relevant resources. So now let's take a look at today's agenda. Okay, so what I'm going to cover today, I'm going to do a free sales tool demo. So I'm going to spend 90% of my time today in the actual portal showing you how to use the free tools. So there's 4 in particular that I'm going to show you today. So the first one is meetings, templates, documents, and the email extension. I'll then take a look at premium sales tools. So we only have 2 here I'm going to show you today. So these are sequences and our new bots or live chat. And then I'm going to recommend some next steps, and then we're going to do the Q&A. Okay, great. So let's get started. I'll jump straight into the demo. So here I am. I'm here in my portal, and this is the new navigation. It's just been released. And with this release, marketing, sales, and service are all on the same platform. So previously, or if you're using the old version of HubSpot, in the top left-hand corner, you can toggle between marketing and sales tools, but now they're all in one view. So good feedback so far on this. If you haven't already, you can activate it in your portal. Okay, so let's get started. The first tool I'm going to introduce you to is meetings. Okay, so this is under sales and meetings. So the meetings tool makes it easy to get an appointment on the books, and the meetings tool syncs with your calendar, so prospects can automatically book a time that works for both of you. So this helps to avoid email ping pong, trying to get a date and time agreed, and just helps you to optimize your schedule. So it's a huge time saver. And the other thing is, it makes yourself easy to find when someone needs you or needs help. Okay, so there's a 3-step process to set this up. So the first step is to create your meeting link. Then we're going to share the meeting link with your prospects, and then meetings will automatically appear in your calendar. Okay, so let's look at setting this up. So for this to work, you need to connect your meetings tool to your calendar. So this can be a Google Calendar or an Outlook 365 calendar. I use Gmail here at HubSpot. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my Google Calendar here. And let's just see. So this wizard will kind of walk you through everything you need to get set up. So I'm just going to accept and continue. I'm going to sign in with my work calendar. I'm going to allow access. And then we're ready to, it's just connecting now, the wizard. Okay, and here we are. So great. So by integrating the calendar tool, it'll allow you to kind of get meetings booked into your calendar, okay? And the meetings tool and your calendar, they now communicate with each other. So if you have a meeting on your calendar, the meetings tool will show that time as busy. Okay. So let's just kind of take a look then at how we can set this up and what the different options are. So this is my unique URL here, and I'm just going to go edit. And this will help me to customize the meeting link, okay? So first of all, I can change my picture to a more updated picture when I was a bit slimmer. I can edit this. I can change the meeting name. So typically I have this as Patrick Hayes HubSpot call. The meetings link cannot be edited. This is a unique URL. And then we have the meeting type. So this would typically be a meeting scheduled. You can also give people different options for how long the call with you can be. So you might want to offer them a 15-minute call, a 30-minute call, or a 1-hour call. So you can delete these and just have it as a default for 30 minutes only, or you can give people different options. So we're going to go next. In here then is where you can do further configuration. So location. This is information about how you will connect. So this can be a call-in link, it could be a physical location, and the location will appear in the calendar invite your contact receives and the event created on your default calendar. Okay, so I've just put this down as Zoom, as I typically use Zoom. For the invite, this is the name of the calendar invite your contact receives and the invite created on your calendar after the meeting is booked. So this, for example, could be product demo with Patrick and contact's first name. So what this is an example of a personalization token that's been taken from the CRM. So to use these, what you do is you just click contact token, and you could actually do first name, last name, or you could do company name. So product demo with Patrick Hayes and John at company name. Okay, that's pretty cool. The next thing then is the invite description. So the invite description is, this will be displayed when you're booked. So if you're using a service like a WebEx or a Zoom to host your meetings, you can insert your personal conference link here, or it could be your phone number, okay? This description will appear in the calendar invite your contact receives and in your calendar as well. Great. So we also have language options. This typically be English, and the date and number format. You could change this as well. What we can also do is, this is a new feature, we can send reminder emails. So this really helps to avoid no-shows. So what you can do is you can set it up to send this person, whoever has booked a meeting with you, to send them an invite 3 days, 1 day, or an hour before your meeting. And again, you have flexibility here. You can choose when you want to send the reminder, and it's completely automated. So it just reminds people that you have a call booked together, and if they need to postpone or do anything else, it just helps to provide no shows. Then we have some advanced settings, and these are really useful. Okay, so the first one here is minimum notice time. So this is the minimum amount of time before a meeting that the visitor can book. So people can't just throw a call into your calendar at the last minute. Okay, so you can set this up so that the minimum amount of time could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 24 hours. Okay, and then the next thing then is buffer time. So this puts padding of time around each of your meetings. Okay, so this prevents you from being booked too closely together, back to back. If you have a meeting from 1 to half 1, you can have a buffer time of 30 minutes to prepare for your next call at 2 o'clock. We also then have weeks into the future a meeting can be scheduled. So this just means the number of weeks from now that people can look into your calendar and book in a time. Okay, so on the next page now, we're going to set our availability. Okay, and what's been set up here is 9 to 12, break for lunch, and then the afternoon. These are completely flexible. Okay, so you can change these to only make yourself available at certain times. So you could delete these as you need. So you don't want to do any calls on Monday morning, but you're free in the afternoon from 1 to 3. And if you chose the duration to be 30 minutes and you put in a half an hour booking buffer, you could take 2 calls here on Monday afternoon. Those are going to be your available slots. Now, this is completely dynamic, as I mentioned, to your existing calendar. So for your current calendar, if you have a meeting already booked between 1 and 3 p.m., this will show as busy. It's not going to be bookable. Okay, so it's completely dynamic. You can't be double booked. Okay, And then we're going to go next. So what we have here then are form questions. So when someone clicks your link to book in a time, you can decide what questions you want to ask them. So I have first name, last name, email, and also company name. So this just helps me to know who I'm going to speak to and get prepared. Okay, now what we've done now is we've just created our meeting link. So here's our unique URL. So if I take a look at this, this is what the module looks like, okay? And the beauty of this is I can send this unique URL out to my customers. I can send it, I can add it, I've added it to my signature in my Gmail, and people can book in a time at me when suits them, okay? So the 31st of May is my next availability based on my current schedule. I'm going on holidays, so I'm not available until the 31st of May. And these are the times I'm available at. So someone can come in here and go, okay, 31st of May at 11, let's book a 30-minute meeting. They click here, they put in their details, and they click confirm. And then everything will be set up then. They'll get an invite and I'll get an invite. Okay, so I'm kind of ready. I'm ready here to receive bookings. So it's fantastic. And then once you've created your meeting link, the next step is to make it visible. Okay, so I kind of already mentioned there, you can direct prospects to book a time with you. You can send them your personalized meeting link. And you can add it to your signature or add it into the body of your emails. Okay, and as I said, after someone books a meeting, you'll get an email alert with the booking time and the contact's name, and the prospect will also receive a calendar invitation with all of the meeting details. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. I think it's low effort to set up and high reward, and it should save you some time, especially if you need to book calls into your diary, and just help you to increase efficiency in getting calls booked. Okay, so that was meetings. The next tool I'm going to show you is templates. So if we just go back into the tool again, and this time we're going to go conversations and templates. Okay, so templates help you to spend more time selling and less time drafting repetitive emails. Okay, so if you think about the emails that are in your sent folder today, and if we just reflect for a moment, what emails are driving the most responses? Are people ignoring your sales emails? Do you know the answers to these? Okay, so unless you're analyzing the performance of your sales emails, you won't have any idea which emails are working and which aren't. So this is where templates come in. You don't want to send emails that don't work, and instead do an analysis, see what works, and then do more of that. Only send your best performing emails. So what you could do here is you can create repeatable templates that you can use again and again. They're easy to create, and you can also share them out across your team. So if you're a sales team that shares, you can kind of collate best practice and see what works. And yeah, as I said, focus on the templates that work. So what I want to do here now is just kind of show you what this would look like. So as I said, conversations, templates, and we're just going to go new template, and we're going to click here on from template library. So what we have here is a library of existing templates that have been created. Okay, so let's just take a look at these. Share helpful resource. Reach out to your prospect by sharing a relevant article. Again, we have personalization tokens. So hi, first name. It automatically pulls in their first name. It also pulls it into the subject. This is our latest announcement. You're going to put the news article in here, and here's a link to read it. I hope you find this useful, Patrick. We also have follow-up emails, okay? And these could be like emails that people have used on your team in the past to get a demo booked or to get through to the decision maker. Okay, so we have some examples here of existing ones that you can use today. What you can also do is you can create a brand new template from scratch. So if you look into your current sent folder, as I said, and just put in the email that you're currently sending out to get calls booked, that you're sending to prospects. And if you create it here as a template, what we can do is we can actually see analytics for it. And we can start to see what the top performing emails are, what the open rates are, the click-through rates, etc. Okay, so as I said, what I'd recommend is if you have an email that you save in drafts and you copy paste and you use it again and again, come in here and save it as a template and then start to see some metrics here. So what I want to do now is I just want to show you a report, okay, of people that are looking how the templates are performing. So if we come in here under reports and templates, this gives me the template performance, okay, for how often my template has been sent, what the open rate is, what the click-through rate is, and what the reply rate is. So this isn't something you have today if you send email through Gmail or Outlook. What I can also see are the top templates that are working in terms of opens, clicks, and replies. And I can also see the top users of templates. So who on my team is using templates? What are they doing that's really successful to drive opens, clicks, and replies? So this is very actionable. So you could just take an email you used today, put it into templates, and then start to get analytics like this. So this is a real quick win. So this was templates. So the next thing I'm going to look at now is called documents. So if we come here to sales and documents. So with the documents tool, you can build a library of up-to-date sales content for your team. Okay, and you can get instant alerts when prospects interact with your content and see metrics and performance details. So it just helps team to see how their content is performing with real-time notifications. Okay, so let's just say, for example, when you're sending out an email, you typically attach a case study or a brochure or something like that. So you're sending a case study to a prospect. When you use the documents tool, you can see when they've opened it and for how long they've viewed it with real-time notifications. So you can follow up and engage with them in a warm and relevant way. So the right time to follow up with someone after you send them a case study might be when they're actually viewing it, okay? So if we come in here then, we can get started and we can upload a new document. So this is like as you would upload a document anywhere. So this, if you think about the current sales assets, the case studies, the brochures, the pricing and packaging documents, that are on your desktop or some folder, you can just import them into HubSpot, make them smart, so then you can track if they're being opened or viewed. Okay. So as I said, if you have documents that you typically attach to your emails, bring them in here. And we could see an example here of some documents that have already been created by my colleagues. And I can see how often they've been shared. So if they've been shared to other people, how many views they've gotten. And if I click on this, I'll see who's actually looked at it. Okay. So as I said, you're going to get insights on something you didn't have insights on before. So I'd really recommend this. The way to share documents then, there's 3 ways. You can share them directly from the documents tool here by just clicking share. You can share them from your email inbox. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And you can also put them into sales templates. Okay, so you can use documents in conjunction with templates that we just looked at previously. And similar enough to templates, we also have reports. So we can actually see in here, what are the top performing documents in terms of visits, shares, and the average visit time over here. So are people opening up your 5-page brochure and spending less than 30 seconds on it? They're just scanning through it. It's not being effective. And what are they actually digesting? Okay, so are they spending half an hour actually reading, going through your case study? Okay, so this is really insightful information. Okay, so this was documents. So again, really easy to do, upload a document and get started. So the next product we're going to look at now is the HubSpot email extension. Okay, and the email extension works for Gmail and Outlook. And this is fantastic because it ties in the 3 tools we just went through. It ties in meetings, templates, and documents. Okay, and as well as that, with the email extension, you get email tracking you get desktop notifications the second a prospect opens your email or clicks a link. So you will, once you use this extension, you'll start to know when your emails are being opened and clicked. And the benefit of that is then once you get these notifications, you can follow up with a lead when they're opening your email, when they've clicked the link, or if they've downloaded your document. So if you send someone a proposal, you get an instant notification that they've downloaded it, and then you can follow up. So here I am now in my email. I'm in compose mode here. And what I wanted to show you was the different tools that are now part of my kind of email arsenal. So what we have here, the first thing I mentioned was meetings. So I can just quickly, with one click, insert my meetings link, which is this link here, where people can book a meeting with me. So that's one click to get that into the email. The next thing I can do then is I can add templates. So let's just say I'm about to email Ivan. I can click here on templates, and I can use an existing template. So let's just say Patrick Hayes introduction. Boom. So this is an email I send where I'm using text that's worked previously for my colleagues to get a call booked in. Okay, so really quick time saver there. I'm not typing out a repetitive email. I'm using a template. The next thing then is documents, which we just looked at. So these are the trackable documents, the case studies, the brochures. I can quickly attach a document here, Sales Hub features, and just go select. And here it is here. Now, if someone opens this, I'll get a notification, and I can also track analytics for how long they've viewed it. What I also want to show you here then was the scheduling aspect of this. So if I come down here to this little clock, I can schedule out an email. So I can decide to send an email based on an algorithm, the best time to send the email within the next 24 hours when the recipient is most likely to open their emails. Okay, so this is really clever. I also have best time to send this week. So maybe if it's not urgent, but I want the email to be opened, I want it to land. So it's optimized for open. And I can also just be a bit more specific. So it can be tomorrow at 8 or a custom time, whenever I need. Okay, so this is also a really valuable tool that you can use as well. So that's the kind of email extension. And then if you see this little sprocket here, I can click here, and I'm actually pulling up Ivan's details here. So Ivan was the recipient of my email, and what I can do here is I can see all Ivan's details from here. So I don't actually have to go into the CRM to see details about Ivan. Okay, pretty neat. Okay, so we've gone through four four free HubSpot tools there. So they're free to use, free to set up. Hopefully I've showed you they're quite easy to set up. And now what I want to do is just take a look quickly at two premium features. These are mainly to do with automating outreach and just connecting with prospects. So let's take a quick look at these. So the first one is called sequences. So this is under automation and sequences. And this helps you to free up time by putting your follow-up on autopilot. Okay, so you can tee up a series of personalized emails to go out at different times. Okay, so this prevents prospects from slipping through the cracks. You know, if you forget to follow up with someone, you don't have a series of emails ready. So it's a series of timed, tailored emails to your prospect. So just to take a quick look at this then, I'm just going to go create sequence, and from sequence library. What we can see here are there's existing sequences that are prepared here, okay? So this would be the first email I would send them. Hi, first name, I saw you downloaded X from a website. I was curious what you thought about it. So this is where the automation comes in. If there's no reply to these emails, I'm going to send a follow-up email. So I have 2 emails ready to go, 2 and 3. If the contact replies in the middle of the sequence, they'll be taken out of the sequence. Okay, so they're not going to get the same email twice. So this is really useful. Let's just say if you were following up after an event, and you just wanted to follow up on the people that you met there. Maybe, you send the first email out, they're traveling back to their office, they don't reply. If no reply after 3 days, you're just checking in with them again. You're doing the follow-up. No reply after 5 days, here's the next email. So as I said, this can be quite useful for automating that follow-up. The next feature then I want to show you is live chat. So this comes under bots. So if we go to conversation and bots, messages give you so it's known as like messages, but it's also live chat. Okay, so messages give you the opportunity to connect with site visitors in real time. And they offer prospects an invitation to engage where they are in the moment. So you can give them the assistance they need to make a decision. And again, it kind of makes yourself easy to find when someone needs you or needs help. So you can put these messages on specific pages, such as pricing or product pages. So for example, if you look at the HubSpot page here, okay, so there's quite a few options here in terms of software and pricing. So we've got this message tool here. So people, Guillermo, Alexandra, and Alvin, they're on this at the moment. And if I have any questions here, I can just ask them anything, okay? So this really comes into play on specific pages, maybe high value pages such as pricing or product pages, or where there's multiple options and people need to be guided, okay? So you can put this across your all website pages or be specific with it. The interesting thing, and this recently got launched, is that you now have a bot. So you can actually make these chat boxes smart. So if we just come in here, and if we just go create bot, we can create a support bot, a qualify bot, or a book a meeting bot, okay? So I'll just look at the qualify leads one. I can set the live chat bot up so that if someone clicks on it, I ask them some questions automatically, okay? What's your name? Johnny Appleseed. Thanks, Johnny. Can I get your email address? Here's your email address. How many employees work at your company? So this helps you to qualify a lead before you come in, and so you understand a bit more about them before you have the conversation. What you can also do is you can integrate your existing meetings link. So the meetings link we looked at the top of the call, you can set it up so that people can book a meeting with you through this chatbot. Okay, so this is, it's really powerful, helps you to have valuable conversations. You can customize it, and you've seen the example there on the HubSpot page. Okay, so very quickly, I just went through those two kind of premium features. If you have any questions about these, or if you'd like to see a full demo of the premium sales tools, speak to your customer success manager. They'll be happy to walk you through it. So now we'll just jump into the next steps, and then we'll do the Q&A. I think I'm just about on time. So we've had the demo. I hope you enjoyed that. It was quite practical. So in terms of next steps then, I haven't got many. So the first one is to set up free HubSpot sales tools. So if any of what we discussed today, so the meetings, documents, templates, email extensions, if any of those kind of really spoke to you and you can see the value in them, I'd encourage you to go in and set them up. Okay, they're very easy to set up. Try it out. See if you can bake it into your day and if it helps you be more efficient. I'm going to send out all the instructions to set up what I discussed in an email with this recording, so you can reference that. And of course, you also have your customer success manager. The next thing then is we actually have a specific sales software certification. Now, this is quite practical. So if you wanted to, you could take this course in the HubSpot Academy. I've got a link for it here. And this is kind of like a guided course to walk you through the tools in more details and how you can apply it to your role. Then if you kind of want to go above and beyond, what we also have is the inbound sales certification. So this is the theory of inbound sales. So I skipped that today in favor of just doing something really practical in the portal, but there is a methodology behind this. And if you're interested in that, you can take the inbound sales certification course. And the next thing I'll say is arrange a call with your customer success manager. So talk these things through. If this is something you'd like to roll out as a team, have a chat with your customer success manager who can create a rollout plan, maybe start with a small set of the team as a trial, and then, if the feedback is good, scale it out across the team. If you're interested in the premium sales tools, they'll be happy to arrange a demo for you a personalized demo. Okay, so I'm now just going to do the Q&A, and I guess one question. So if you have any questions at this point, just feel free to use the Q&A box on the Zoom. So what I wanted to start with here was just one question, maybe that's kind of like an obvious question, is how are you supposed to know what is free, what's premium, and what are the limitations? So some of the tools in HubSpot, they're free, but they have some limitations. Some of them are just free, and some of them are premium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send through a PDF that describes each of these features in more detail after this session. So that's cool. I'll follow up on that. And then in terms of the reports library, so the way to find the reports library is if you just click on the sprocket, so like the HubSpot logo on the top left-hand corner, you'll see your reports dashboard. And then from there, then you can see the different reports available on the left-hand side. So that was just a question that came through there. Okay, guys, look, we're on time. I just want to say thank you very much for your attendance and your attention today. I hope you've taken away some practical tips that you can implement to save you time and be more efficient. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your customer success manager, and I'm going to send out an email shortly with the recording of this and all the resources. So yeah, thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.